Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Home Loan Huddle. I'm your host, Bernard Koff, and it's great to have you here with me on this Wednesday night. Tonight, we're diving into a topic that's gained a lot of interest: multi unit investment properties as a first home. Now, if you're new to the concept, buying a multi unit property as your first home might sound a bit unconventional, but it can actually be a really smart move, especially if you're looking to invest in real estate while also having a place to call your own. Now, let's break down why this might be a great option for you and what you may need to consider. Now, first off, what exactly is a multi unit property? Multi unit properties are residential buildings with more than one housing unit. Common examples include duplexes, triplexes, fourplexes. The idea is that you live in one unit and rent out the others, which can help you cover your mortgage payment and potentially even generate a little extra income. So, why would you consider a multi unit property as your first home? Here are a few key things to consider. Number one, you've got the income potential. Renting out the other units can provide a steady income stream, which can significantly offset your mortgage payments and reduce your living expenses. There are tax benefits. Owning a multi unit property might come with some attractive tax benefits, such as deduction for property management and maintenance expenses, as well as depreciation on the rental units. Now, third, you're going to be building equity. As you pay down your mortgage on your property, the value potentially increases. You're building equity not only in your personal residence, but in the investment units as well. Now, this will give you great starting property management experience, and being right there at the property, living there yourself, you're going to be in control over the property management at all times. It really allows you to address issues promptly and to build experience as a landlord so you know what you have to expect as you look to potentially add more properties to your portfolio. Now, let's talk about some other important considerations. If you're thinking about going this route, number one, financing a multi unit property might differ slightly from a single family home. Lenders, oftentimes on a conventional side, will require a larger down payment for multi unit properties and might have stricter qualification criteria. However, some loan programs like FHA loans can help you purchase these multi unit properties with a much lower down payment if you plan to live in one of the units. So that's why this is a great way to take advantage of your first home being that multi unit property instead of having 30% down like you hear about for most multi-unit properties. You could potentially get in with as little as 3.5% down. 3.5%. So let's say you're looking at a fourplex that it's $150,000. Now, if this was a conventional loan, you'd be looking at potentially having to put down 30% if you're not planning on living in the property, and still 10% in most cases if you are planning on living in the property. Now, when it is your first home, you can qualify for first time home buyers assistance. That can help with the down payment. And with an FHA loan, you may be able to get in with as little as 3.5% down. So, on that same $150,000 property, we're now talking about a down payment that could be as little as, oh geez, let me see, 3,500 plus. Let's see here. 5,250 on $150,000 multi-unit property, $5,250 down payment minimum for an FHA, and that can include gifted funds, that can include grant funds, that can include down payment assistance. So that really can be critical, understanding that there's the option to get these low down payments when you're looking at your first property and when you're looking at an FHA loan. Now, even though you'll be living on site, managing tenants and property upkeep does require time and effort. So make sure you're prepared for the responsibilities that come with being a landlord. And whether that means that you understand you need to set aside a portion of your rent to pay pros to come and do things like plumbing, to come and fix tile, fix windows, fix doors, do any little maintenance that needs to be done around the house, or you learn to do those things yourself. And of course, learning to do those things yourself is amazing. It makes you more self reliant. But at the same time, knowing when to call a pro is important too, because you don't want to be caught in over your head and making mistakes that require you to do a job more than one time. Now, you'll want to check your local zoning laws and regulations to ensure that you're compliant with rental rules and property management standards in your area. And another thing to keep in mind is your financial readiness, ensuring you have a solid financial foundation. And what I mean by that is really just having stable income, being able to understand the need for savings and have a regimen of supplementing your savings so that you can grow your personal resources, your personal store to match with the way that your property journey is going to be growing for you. Now, if you're considering this route, it's a really good idea to work with a real estate agent who has experience with multi unit properties and can guide you through the process. Additionally, consulting with a financial advisor or a mortgage broker. I myself am a mortgage broker licensed in the state of Maine. I know that some of you are going to be watching outside of our market here in the state of Maine. We're really happy to have you, even though we can't necessarily help on your loan. We hope we can help you on your financial journey, understanding paths that you can take, understanding, kind of where you want to be in your ownership journey, because, it's not just a static, point A to point B. Oh, I don't own a home. Now I do. Oftentimes it's great. So I don't own a home. I need a starter home. And you get into that first place, and that helps you to build equity. And that's what I'm talking about with the rental income. You're really quickly building equity because you're not only building equity in one home, you're building equity in multiple homes that are bundled together. Now, before we wrap up, I do want to address a couple of listener questions. Uh, so we did have some questions come in after the stream last time, and one was, that we had talked about how, it might not be as scary to look at the rates right now as many people are thinking. I did want to address that. There have been some really great developments lately. We do see that rates are likely going to be getting eased toward the end of this year. But above and beyond that, the market is kind of getting ready and getting prepared by offering products that are alluring enough to get people to take loans now. And one of those programs that I'm really happy that my partners at Rocket have come out with is that right now we're offering what's called a welcome home rate break. And this is a 2-1 buy down. What that means is it's a temporary discount to your interest rate. And normally this would be an option that you could pay extra for. Rocket is offering this lender funded. You get a 2% discount on your interest rate in the first year. You get a 1% interest rate discount in your second year. And then the full note rate takes effect at the beginning of year three and remains for the rest of the term. It is a fixed rate mortgage, but you're getting that 2-1 buy down, so it gives you a little bit of a break in the first 2 years. I think that this is great because I'm seeing rates as low as 3.99% APR year one, 4.99 year two, and 5.99 year three with this program. This applies specifically to conventional purchase loans that are put through our Home Possible or Home Ready options so that we can help as many buyers as possible get into a home. Now, these are conventional mortgages available with as little as 3% down, no maximum down payment, and you can have gift funds as well as assistance funds, down payment assistance funds from grants or first time homebuyer programs with this amazing 2-1 buy down program called Welcome Home Rate Break, available, on loans applied for with us here at Easy First Home Loans, my personal brokerage, or at any of your local brokerages that may partner with Rocket TPO. You'll be able to get this Welcome Home Rate Break product, and I think it's just absolutely fantastic. Now, another question that we've got is going to be this question here. Okay. What's the lowest credit score that you can get a mortgage? So I have got lenders personally working with us at Easy First Home Loan that are able to approve qualifying loans for buyers with credit scores as low as 500. We can't go below 500 right now, but we are trying to, really improve access to home ownership through all of our actions. And that means partnering with lenders who are willing to work with people with non-conventional credit, potentially with unfavorable or short credit history. And so that's why we've made sure we have that option available. Now you do have to qualify for the mortgage. You have to make enough money to pay for the house. You do have to get enough money for the down payment, which we can generally work out something as far as down payment assistance or getting you signed up for a grant or reaching out to a family member for a gift of funds. There's usually a path to home ownership that you may not realize is there and that it's this accessible. So that was all we really had for questions. Now, you really want to think about whether or not it's going to be a good investment to look at a multi-unit property. When evaluating multi-unit property, consider the condition of the property, the potential rental income, the location, any upcoming maintenance needs. Also, check for any issues that might affect your ability to rent out the other units. Let's see, how do we determine if a multi-unit property is a good investment? So yeah, that's going to be kind of the size of it, really looking at all of those different factors to determine if the numbers add up. Now, that's all the time that I have for tonight for this episode of the Home Loans Huddle. Thanks for joining me. I hope you found this discussion on multi-unit investment properties as a first home helpful and informative. Be sure to tune in next Wednesday at 8 for more insights and updates on home loans and the mortgage industry. If you have any questions or topics that you'd like us to cover, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can visit us at easyfirsthomeloans.com. Email me directly, bkkoff2 at easyfirsthomeloans.com. I'm happy to answer any questions you have about home loans or include any details you'd like me to go over in a next episode or an episode down the road of the Home Loan Huddle. We are going to continue doing this. And in the future, I do plan to have some more guests. We've actually been in contact with a couple of the members of senior leadership at some of our partner lenders. And we want to work to kind of bring you the most important voices we possibly can to help on your home loan journey. And again, thank you so much for joining us. And I hope you tune in again next week for another episode of the Home Loan Huddle.